The Rory Gilmore Sweater, everything you didn't know you needed to know about it, and more. Hi, I'm Valerie. I was a key set costumer on Gilmore Girls, and there's a few new people, so we're going to start at the beginning. About a year ago, there was an influencer on TikTok claiming to be wearing the Rory Gilmore sweater. Not only was it the Rory Gilmore sweater, it also happened to be the Bella sweater, which obviously it was not. I basically called her out for it because, you know what? My job is to look at details, and I pointed out all the fun facts like the collar, the cable, the oversized nature of it, and everything that it was not. Shortly after we have this little confrontation, I am scrolling TikTok and I see a knitter and I'm like, hi, you like to knit? Yes. Do you pattern? She's like, yes, I pattern. And I said, are you up for a challenge? And she said, yes. So for the next several months, she starts to knit the Rory Gilmore sweater. While Melanie is knitting the sweater away, I am trying to figure out what happened to the original sweater. I just always assumed that it was at Archives. I knew that this sweater had to be handmade because the nature of the way it just looked like some granny knit this sweater. Now, I don't know if I'm wrong. I am pretty sure that I am right. A friend of mine worked at the Warner Brothers archive. She was in town. She was going to go visit. And she's like, hey, do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, because I want to ask them about that sweater. Because I just assumed that when they shot the pilot in Canada, that they shipped all the clothes to Warner Brothers. They shot the first episode, and then they just put it in a box, and it was in archives. Now, I don't ever remember seeing the sweater on the trailer. I think I would have noticed this big white hunkin' sweater, but I never saw it. I just assumed it had been returned to archives when we no longer needed it. That was until I heard some rumors that Kim Kardashian had bought the sweater in an auction, and I'm like, what? That makes absolutely no sense. I'm pretty sure it was just a joke. So Brenda Mabin, who was our costume designer on Gilmore Girls, she was the one that brought me on starting season 1, episode 11 of the show. She was visiting in town, and we all went to go visit Liz Torres. And while we were hanging out, I said, Brenda, I found someone and she made the sweater and it looks exactly like it. I showed her the pictures and she was like, you know what happened to the real sweater, right? And I went, you know where the real sweater is? Isn't it at Archives? And she's like, no. Brenda, where is the sweater? And then she starts to tell me a story that I was not expecting. When the show had gotten picked up and they sent all the clothes to Warner Brothers, when Brenda was opening the boxes, the sweater was not inside. Okay, we're now starting to have heart attacks because the sweater's not inside. Now, Brenda is an amazing knitter. Not only does she knit, she also makes clothes and does a lot of things. So Brenda starts patterning the sweater in her brain. Like, okay, this is what it's going to look like. Okay, great. We've got it. Like, worst case scenario, if we can't find the sweater, we're going to have to recreate it. Now, remember, I don't ever remember seeing the sweater on set or in the trailer or in the cage or anywhere. If Brenda had made it, it would have gone to archives, or would it have? Brenda says that they reached out to the costume crew from the pilot. Where's the sweater? And they were like, oh, it's so-and-so's personal. They reached out to the person that it belonged to. They sent it to Warner Brothers for them to film the first episode. And when it was done, they shipped it back. Give me a follow and let me know what other mysteries you want me to solve.